Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brett Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680, or you can email me at dyslexicgeniushurt@gmail.com. What I'm going to talk about is hot rodding your Edison C&H reproducers, because in my life I used to do port and polish for a high performance engine company in LA. And how do I get more horsepower out of this C&H? So I'm going to make the sound waves flow better. Edison, later in years, on diamond disc reproducers, they painted the insides of these to smooth out the sound waves. And they also got rid of the burr right here. And on C's, this one is a bastardized. Somebody wanted to paint it black for some unknown reason. But when you come in here, you take a small screwdriver.
So they painted it black.
They paint it. They paint it back. This is not factory.
Okay.
You take a small screwdriver and you slide it up, and you'll feel a light burr right there. So what I do is I take my Noga tool and I use a smaller tip. They come in different size tips. And I just come in and give it a little swirl, and it knocks that edge out. So what now it's doing is the sound waves are coming off the bottom of the diaphragm, and now they're flowing down here. There's not an interruption right here, and that's what you want. You don't want an interruption like when you're porting a head. The other thing is, when they machine these out, you can see some of them will be very smooth and some of them will be very coarse. That's because they had a tool, a high-speed steel tool, and this was chucked in a lathe, and we'll say that this is the tool, and it was shaped like this, and they would just drive that in there like that to cut this out. You know, you're having a bad day, the tool's worn, you get a lot of swirl marks like this top of a C, and you can see this is rough in here. And right here, you see this line? That's dirt and plane, and it's collected on the machine lines, and that's interrupting the sound waves. It's like porting the intake manifold to the heads. So I'll chuck this in my lathe, and I use a tool, and I'll come in here and I'll polish this out to 320 to the 600 till I get it really smoothed out. And that'll make it run better. You can do this by hand at home. You can take the sandpaper and just sand this out like that for a long, long, long time, and it'll run well. This is kind of like the guy from New Zealand who made the world's fastest Indian, and he just kept doing head work, and he got that motorcycle up to 200 miles an hour. You know, this is a lot of fun. I wanted to point this out, and that's my tip for the day.
Sounds like you come from a long family of surgeons.
Yep, most of my family members were doctors, and